To quote the incomparable Erica Jane, how many do I give? Zero, not one. That's not really true. That is a coping mechanism I have adopted when I feel out of control. Yeah, that infusion of defiance and impotence is how I'm handling a lot of stuff these days, and I don't need to say "and" a zillion times. I'm Willie. These are my plans, and these are my stories. And I hope that you're doing well post-holiday, because it is now 2025 officially. What a difference a day can make. But also, things aren't that bad.
They're not that good.
But
some things are really good.
And I think that that is the post-holiday experience. I'm wearing a frog and toad shirt, which I'm really in love with. It's a great segue into a metaphor about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, because that's what's been happening in my life for the last week. Nothing that I thought was gonna happen did. Extreme emotion, and we're gonna unpack that today. I was so poised to have a really easy Christmas and New Year's, and what ended up happening was just a lot of bandwidth. And I didn't want that, because I just wanted it to be neutral and not have anything happen. We're gonna look at some plants and do some updates, because a lot of things have changed. And if there's one thing that makes me feel better when I'm kind of having an off week, is seeing shitty stuff happening in other people's lives. So this week, I will be the vessel. The plants are not looking that well. It's cathartic to share. I'm not catastrophizing either, just for the record. First, we're just gonna dive right in. My time is short, although I'll probably run long. But this week, I'm showing you the good stuff first, because I got a lot to do. Do I? I don't really think I do. I haven't slept at all for a full 2 days, because Whispers has been having issues. I think it's just because of all the traveling and the anxiety, and so then that's giving me a lot of anxiety. No shock, the dog is my life, so I'm not doing well when she's not doing well. But she is on the mend, and she's feeling much better today. This is a Thai constellation Monstera. I hyperfixate on this plant because at one point it was the crown jewel of my collection. Now it is sort of a recovering but sad version of its former self. And it got repotted not very long ago. And when I came back, a couple of the lower leaves have had issues and have now fallen off. So I'm going to show you that now. And can you believe in 2025, this is the kind of stuff that I am putting on the internet, is plant leaves that are browning out and falling off. But I'm interested in this stuff. And I hope that you are too if you're watching this. If not, please click away or stay. I feel you. It's like the mother in Avatar after the big tree falls. That's depressing. Anyways, this plant has been through the ringer. It had rust fungus, which you can see, and that has been getting better, so that's good. And it hasn't loved this new soil. It has an extending brown spot on that, and this is actually very heavy. Luckily, I'm getting a forearm workout, I guess, while showing you the damage of these plants. But as you can see, this one has a new brown spot. And I think it's just acclimating. It's where it's at. I'm accepting it. Here it is. It's on the table. It's often disappointing, but I want it to go well. I really do. So how are you doing? I would love to know if you got all of the presents that you wanted. I would love to know if you had a good amount of emotional solvency in the family and friends that you visited, or if you took the smartest route for returning to yourself and just enjoyed, your created biome and didn't subject yourself to any variables. Hindsight's 2020. What I did do this year is spent a long time setting up better boundaries and realistic expectations. And I did what I was able to do, and I didn't fixate on what I want to do, or the pie in the sky designs of perfection and analysis paralysis. On that topic, I made Christmas cookies, and the big difference with Christmas cookies this year for me is every other year I try and make a zillion dozen Christmas cookies. and I try and make like big, like flat boxes of like 3 dozen cookies to bring to people. And I think that it is like the Horn of Plenty scenario is that, like, you know, if I love you and I give you 20 cookies, 40 cookies is going to show that I love you even more. But after doing some internal self work, I see that that's not really true, and it actually can lead to a lot of emotional resentment that I feel like I did a crappy job on the cookies, and then I expended myself too much, so like joy stripped anything out of like that experience. So this year we did cookies different. I researched and found 4 really good gluten-free appropriate recipes. I did a little bit of R&D, tested them, made like a dozen each. Nick found these really amazing little boxes and gave out 6 cookies to people that I know in town. And I didn't ship them because they don't ship. And it went a lot better because the cookies were able to represent the feeling. That is appreciation and joy of knowing the person they gave the cookies to. So that was a good thing. This is my Epi Panada Marble Queen, and I returned home, and it's doing really, really well. Spoiler alert, it's not really that much of a spoiler really, but I was gone longer than I was hoping. Look at these new leaves with all these fenestrations. And since I was gone longer than I was hoping, I think it actually caused a lot of leaves to die on some of these plants. But this one, I think, actually looks better than when I left. And yeah, we were thinking we were going to be gone like 3 days, and we ended up being gone like 7 days. So watering held out for the most part, but, you know, there was damage. There's always damage. Life is damaging. Plants get damaged. Another thing we did is, because of scheduling, we had a little bit less time to spend with family that's a little bit farther away from us. So the time that we did have, we really leaned into it and really enjoyed it. And it felt so nice. It wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't like getting ready for a 12-week trip, which, much like the Christmas cookies, it's always like the more, that conspicuous consumption of emotional experiences is like, just line me up for the buffet because I'm going to take seconds of everything. But my eyes are always bigger than my stomach. And a lot of times I can't handle so much of that because I'm very much a creature of habit. Being away from my house and being away from my daily routines, I'm starting to see like some patterns that I kind of need those to not be at a 10 all the time. And you can probably tell from this video, I'm kind of at a 10 even here. So when I'm away from here, it gets weird. But this year it didn't get weird. So that was really fun and really nice. It was cool to catch up with people. It was cool to see people where they're at and celebrate some really great personal and family successes this year. That is also a good thing. But don't worry, there are so many shitty things. So those are coming. Let's see if for a plant here, what would you like to see? I wish, maybe I should do lives so you could tell me what you want to see. But I'm kind of showing you the ones that are sticking out to me. Some of these, oh my God, what a waste of time. This is a neon philodendron, and I feel like it looks better. I've had so many problems with this plant and getting it to thrive here. Do you have one of these? Have you figured out the secret? I feel like there's gotta be something I'm doing wrong. The non-neon varietal is doing so much better in this house. Proof. But, you know, this is what it is. So this one perked up. When we got back, it was quite wilted and withering, and I think looking for moisture, aka its life source. It had light, I guess. And I want to say that I don't like gifts, but that would be lying, because I do like gifts. And that being said, do you want to see a gift? Because I kind of want to show you something I was given that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to go grab that, and I'm going to show it to you, and I'll be right back. It's kind of like ASMR, you hear that? The Wicked x Cambridge Satchel collab. And if the word satchel didn't give it away, it is a bag, a handbag specifically. Nick got me this. Somehow it was very unexpected, even though I did poke him a lot. Like, this is so cool. But yeah, this is the mini version of this bag. It is very cute size. So luxurious. It's got the raw leather. I was looking up a couple things about Cambridge Satchel because I didn't know a whole lot. I had seen these bags before, and then of course I saw Glinda's bag in the movie, And this one's the perfect thing because I couldn't decide. Like, did I want a green one or did I want a pink one? And then somebody who is very good at marketing created one that has both of the aesthetics of my favorite colors. And it has this really pretty brass hardware, and it's kind of cool because inside it has this strap that can be attached. But yeah, the strap is half pink and half green too. The buckles have these really, really nice, strong magnetic clasps, so you don't have to mess with the buckles to open it. So this one, they kind of thought of everything, and the finishing is just incredible. The leather is incredible. I love the subtle yet very effective Made in Oz logo. It's 10 out of 10. What could be better than that? I don't really know of anything. And it's even better because it was a gift from my favorite person. What was your favorite gift this year? I have to know that before I show you the plants. I think that I got a really good deal on this. This is like more of an uncommon plant. I don't know how rare it is, but I just love it. And it is the Alocasia Mickey Mouse, variegated. I think all the ones I see online are variegated, so maybe that's just the coloring of them. But this is so fun. And here I am with the alocasias. I don't ever have great luck with these. You know, I am trying, and that's the most important thing. This leaf did get cracked off in the commute home. Picked this up in Illinois at my favorite Home Depot. Man, they just had a great selection of stuff. But when one of these was sitting there, I was like, I have to get this. And I did. The price is the wildest thing. This is not a guarantee that it's a good time, but for $15.98, these are like $40 every time I've seen them anywhere else. I've actually never seen one in person, but I did think multiple times of buying one. Like little tiny pots of these are usually like 20 to 40 bucks. We're gonna see how it does. It's in the original pot from the Home Depot. The pot's actually pretty good too for my aesthetic. So with alocasias, I think I repot them too early. So this one actually might hang out in this for a little bit of time, and we're gonna see. I'm going to clip this dying leaf off, I think, today, and then I'll probably put a couple stakes in here and see where we get. That's one of the best leaves. It kind of has the stingray kind of look. Oh, don't crack it off. I almost cracked off that leaf, y'all. This is a pretty newly emerged one, so it's a little bit softer. But all in all, just so fun. And I've learned my lesson because I'm going to keep that away from my other plants until I make sure that it is pest-free. Here we are on to like part 2 of this post-holiday extrapolation and deep dive. And we're going to talk about things that I didn't do that I wish that I would have done. And that's going to start first and foremost with buying plants, desired rare plants that I shipped here and that I picked up locally right before I was leaving on a trip that I had planned and thinking that that was a good idea. And for the record, that's not a great idea unless you have someone to check in on your plants, which I did not, and I didn't plan. Let's pull the Band-Aid off here. I'm gonna stand in a nice spot to show you, but if you watched my video last week, thank you. So nice to get so many great comments and like that connection. It meant so much. I'm gonna bring you into the cold, sad reality of my dream plant, which was the Spiritus Sancti. And let's weep for the fallen, because I don't think this one's going to make it. There you go. And I think I'm going to be buying another one. Or not, because I'm really broke right now. Yeah, this is that Spiritus Sancti that was the ship of dreams, and now is sinking very fast because, you know, truthfully, I think I don't know what I did to it. You know, I think I repotted it too soon. Maybe I was too aggressive with it. Maybe the shipping was just too much for this poor baby, or it could be a combination of all those things, and I'm actively trying to not apologize so much, but I will apologize to this plant. I don't know what I did to you, but you're not liking it, and I was so excited about having one of these. It's like the opposite of thrills when I show the really nice leaves, but yeah, that's dying, that's dying, that's dying, that's dead. That looks kind of viable, and I don't know. Should I put this in water? Should I try and water propagate this and see if there's any life left? What do you think? I think I should, but also that seems like effort, And it's kind of weird because when things start going really bad, sometimes I just like want to throw the towel in, but then at the same time I should put the effort in. I'm sounding listless, but that's where I'm at with the spirit is saying to you, it's not great and it's not going great and it makes me feel bad. Let's go back in my time machine. Our car is very old. It is a 2012 Ford Fiesta, and I have a real emotional connection with this car. It's been through a lot, like me. And we have like a 5-hour trip. So I got the car all fixed up, took it to the mechanic. I mean, it should have been a home run, or like what sports reference could I make? I don't like sports, but everybody likes games. But the games that I play with myself, I always lose. Got it all fixed up. Brakes, shocks, spark plugs, oil. This was gonna be like the gift to the future self, right? Is that this car was gonna be worry-free. Well, there's no punchline here. The car broke down, and it broke down on Christmas Day, which is not a time to have your car break down in rural Illinois in a rest stop. Ended up working out okay, and now I'm gonna do that soap opera thing and switch subjects. I can only talk about it in controlled doses. This is doing great, and I don't wanna break any of the leaves off. Philodendron billeti. This is the latest leaf. This is having extra floral nectaring right now, so it's kind of sticky, but it's very happy. It's very biological. It's doing good. We have a new growth point here at the top, so more magic is emerging, part of the magic. And I can't wait to see where this one's going. And I'm not showing you how dirty the pot is, but you can probably see it because I need to scrub the pot. This scullery maid will have to get to work. Back to Illinois. I think the car is headed to the compost bin of the sky, but the equivalent of metal would be this scrap heap. So while that was happening, we went car shopping. That's a lot. It is a lot of bandwidth. It's a lot of choices. It's a lot of things going in. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of all the things that no one ever wants to do if they're anything like me. The silver lining is, drum roll, we purchased a car. And I think I really love this car. Needless to say, I don't really drive because I have a lot of PTSD. I was in 2 very bad accidents. But this car is making me feel that spark that I want to start the self-work in the process of starting to drive again. We got a 2024 beige Mini Cooper Hardtop 4-door. I've spent a lot of time accessory shopping on Amazon. Trick out this car with every cup holder and seat thing and all the stuff that you could get. We already got WeatherTech mats. I feel like I could do an ad for WeatherTech. I had them in every car they've ever had. They were just the best. There's actually a WeatherTech store in Illinois that we stopped by. Really great experience, so much fun. They have a coffee bar and it's free, and you can order like these artisanal coffee drinks while you wait for your mats to be pulled from the warehouse and they bring them to you. It was just all around a really fun experience. Driving down in a Ford Fiesta and driving back to my house, it was a very different experience. Now I'm deep into the lifestyle of being a Mini Cooper driver, maybe, or at least a rider at this point. So that's what happened, and I'm moving off of it because I'm Midwestern, so I don't want to talk about my new car.
No one wants to hear about your new car.
But I want to tell you about my new car because it's something that happened. And it was an emotional fucking roller coaster. And we watched The Italian Job. So it wouldn't be me talking about plans without showing you an alocasia that I'm killing. That's more expensive than the last one I killed. This is a variegated Alocasia Friedek. It doesn't matter what I do with these, they just languish as soon as they arrive. And much like my fragile dreams, they end up in a dumpster. And this one I think is about 3 days from that. So I am gonna do something today, and that is I'm gonna pull it out of this soil and I am going to see if I can water propagate it back into existence. Maybe it's rotting. I don't think it's rotting. I think it's just languishing. And I'm going to make good on my promise to myself, and I've also talked about it on here, is that I'm gonna try and grow this semi-hydroponically with my leca balls. And at this point it makes me laugh because I've talked about doing this so many times, so I guess I'm actually gonna do it. And now it's just sitting there. Let's look at this, because it's exciting me. And there's a leaf to pluck. Satisfying. The Anthurium veitchii, looking very nice. This is the latest leaf. I think this looks like a magazine leaf. It's very nice. Dead leaf. Ah. Haven't looked at this for a hot minute, but this was so tiny when I got it. Racina, it just keeps growing more and more tree-like all the time. It has a few battle scars, and that's okay. And now I guess one yellowing leaf at the bottom. I don't think this one is quite ready to pluck. That's challenging, because I don't like to see any yellow leaves. I am a militant perfectionist with these plants, and it's not always the best thing. Double fisting these snow queens here. These are just doing so well. Oh, there we go. So nice. Staying very stable, but I'm so happy about that. And these are really, like, they put the equity in. Like, they're doing well. The roots are good. The care is figured out. They're a favorite. I love them. They're so good. My birthday's coming up. This is a big birthday. Because it is a big birthday, I'm doing a big thing. And I'm building some anticipation. So I'm going to tell you about it in the next video, but I will let you know that it is an experience and it is chocked full of glamour, decadence, and sparkle. And seeing someone in person who is a huge inspiration, and I bought a sparkle jumpsuit. I have plant chores to do. I just want to say, I hope that you're having the best time and enjoying the first hours of 2025. And I think the future is getting brighter, but it's okay if you're trying to make sense of all the pieces and put it all together. And that's, I think, what I'm doing. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you so soon you won't even miss me. Okay, bye. Do something that looks like crap and then try to restart it in water, because I've done it a couple times and I'm bold enough to tell you that it doesn't really work that well for me, but I have to try, and trying is where I'm at today. So